I built the forms to fit the dimensions of the hole and left a little over on the ends here to support them, and just kind of built them in place and then put a level on it to see. That was kind of the low corner there, and I think this here was the highest, and then just went around with a square nose shovel to kind of dig out and level out the form, and then check that the form's pretty square with the building, and then put these two legs square with the form, put a piece of plywood across there to hold them. I expect the concrete to come in from the far side, so if it pushes it, it'll be pushing against that, although it could push the feet over that way and try and tip the whole thing this way. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Then having the form in place, I took the square nose shovel around and cleaned up the edges some, and I got down there. I got some little hunks of concrete paver and got under each leg with it because it's real mucky down there today, and then use that to help level it up. These top of these legs you want to have above the concrete, but not by much, or just even with it if you can. So I left them just a smidgen proud, thinking they may sink down a little, and I might need to push down on one or more of them to level it out once the concrete starts going in. So we'll see how that goes. Manufacturers said just put the legs right down to the bottom. They don't need any concrete cover, so should be all right. I got that done, and then I leveled it up using a 4-foot level on each leg of the tower best I could. Well, I'm sure that'll all change once the concrete goes in. I'll have to do it again. I didn't have any proper concrete stakes, so I use these little landscaping stakes back here, but I think the earth's going to mostly help hold this in place, plus I don't think this form's holding back a lot, just being a couple inches tall. Just after the concrete truck left, I smoothed this out with a wooden float and let it set up a while. I covered it. It's been drizzling all day. They've been saying since morning it'll stop in a couple hours, but I guess that's a couple more hours yet. Anyways, so got it covered up. I guess it took about 4.5 hours since the time the guy got here for it to set up pretty good to where I wanted to trowel it. Just lightly troweled it and knocked the little bit of water that had collected from the rain off of there. I think had it been a dry day, it would have flashed off the bleed water already. Just from how stiff it was, I'm guessing. I don't do this all the time, So I got that, and after I troweled it very lightly, I broomed it. I don't want to slip, fall, and bust my ass on this, so yeah, I think that's going to work. I'm going to cover it back up because it's still drizzling a little. I expect that'll leave a little more texture on it than what I'd like, but I'd rather have it set up good than worry about a little bit of folds from the plastic and stuff showing through. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there, clean up, and call it a day. It's next day, and as I suspected, I got some texture from him and the bags on there. I just took those off right now, and I'm going to strip these forms and then spray some sealer on there to keep the moisture in that's still there, so it'll cure up good, hopefully. Here it is with the form stripped and the sealer on it. It started to dry some, the sealer. I don't know if it was still good. It's a few years old and didn't go on as even as what I remember from last time I used it. So I don't know. We'll see how it comes out. I said to my wife, this is not something I do all the time, and conditions were different than what I thought, and so I'm just going to do my best. And if I like it, that's great. And if I don't, I can grind it down, or I can put a top coat on it, or do something else, and make it good. So we'll see how it comes. I bet it's strong and holds the tower up, and those are the important things. Nobody can hear on the other side of the radio what the concrete under the tower looks like, but I'd like if it looked nice. So we'll see if we can make it.